rarely speak. It's fine.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
good. You can see us both in the square.
There's like a mouse right here. I keep reaching for the mouse, assuming it's gonna change my computer, but it doesn't. All right.
Are we live? Hi.
Hi. We have a newcomer.
Hi.
Introduce her.
Oh, this is Aubrey.
Hi,
She's our friend
everyone.
from college.
Hi.
And she read the same book that we read, Ice Planet Barbarians. So she will be joining us today for the stream.
Explain. So Riley read it, and then you came over and you took it and read it right the same day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I read it in like 2 days instantly after borrowing it, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm joining the stream."
Yeah.
Mhm.
Lots to say.
Yeah, because I read it and then Aubrey was like, "Oh, can I read one of your spicy books?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I gave her Promises and Pomegranates, but I'm like, she's not gonna like that. So I gave her Ice Planet Barbarians, and you liked it.
I really
No,
liked
that's
it.
good.
Really liked it. Yeah.
I like Ice Planet Barbarians. What's the Promises and Pomegranates? We didn't. I don't think anybody in the book club really liked very much. Like it was fine. Oh,
No, I don't. Have you even started that one yet?
I haven't started it, but I'm going to. I want to read it once, you know.
She hasn't started it because she's already bought all the next ones.
Oh, I bought the second book and the third book of the Ice Planet.
Dude, apparently there's like 22. That's what
Yeah.
in
I
the
couldn't believe
Discord
it.
were saying, that there's 22 of them.
Yeah, I'm already on the second one and I love it.
I need to
I'm just going. Yeah.
I have so many other ones that I have to read that I'm like reading like 4 different series at the same time. It's super annoying. But
Yeah.
okay, let's say hi to some people. I don't know if you guys have the Twitch up, but
Oh yeah, I have it up. It's just far away from us because we both had to sit in the square.
So
Hi.
everyone needs to know that this stream was very last minute. It barely happened. I had a lot of technical difficulties because I'm not in the same place as I normally am, and it's just. But we're here.
Yeah, we had to make sure that Aubrey and I could fit in the same little square.
Yes. So they're like.
So we're like sitting on top of each other.
Yeah, it's fine.
But hi everyone. Sorry that it was like.
Hi, Steph. Hi. Does it say Mina?
Yep, Mina.
Scarlet Vogue. Hi.
Scarlet Vogue told us her name last time, didn't she?
Probably.
I've
Yeah.
since forgotten. I think everybody started telling us their names, and then I got really overwhelmed and I shut down, which is a thing that I do when I get overwhelmed. So don't take it personally, guys. Okay, so this is Aubrey. We did like a little introduction. Yeah, let's talk about Ice Planet Barbarians and how.
Do you want to summarize it, or do you want me to?
I can, if you want me to.
Okay. Do ahead. Do it.
A whole bunch of girls get kidnapped, abducted from space, and dropped off into like a random planet. And
Oh, okay. Is that it?
isn't that what happens? But they're in some kind of spaceship, right? And then like it's like sounds horrible, and like girls are getting like raped, and it's like pretty awful. And then they're like the spaceship is having some kind of like engine problems, from my understanding. So they drop all the cargo, which is like what, like 16 girls.
Yeah.
Girls, and they just drop them off at some random planet that, as we find out later, is actually toxic for them to be in.
Yeah, and they need the, what's it called? Like Kui?
I don't know. Kui. Yes, the Kui.
The Kui.
There were so many times I was like, what? Like, I just was literally like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and so, what's her name? Georgie.
Oh my gosh. See, I was going to say Diane, so I'm happy that you remember.
Diane? That's not even close.
I know, I totally forgot her name.
So Georgie is our main girl in this one. All the other books follow different couples, but it's Georgie and Vectel in this one. And there is a good heavy amount of spice in this book. It's like majority spice in this book. Mm-hmm. The only thing that I had any sort of qualms about was the first interaction between Georgie and Vectel.
When she was asleep.
Yeah. Yeah, she was sleeping.
But she was into it. She was into
it.
And it's hard for me to be like, this is a problem, when the main character is like, no, I'm into this. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
This is an issue.
So she's asleep, and Vectel's coming up and putting his little bumpy tongue in her cooch area.
That what it was?
Textured tongue. Yep.
And that's his way of greeting her. Mm-hmm. And she likes it, but then she's also like, wait, what the fuck? Was I just raped? And then she's like, wait, I like it though.
She's like, this is an alien planet, no rules.
Right.
Yeah, so we had I personally had a lot of mixed feelings about if I liked that or not, but I just decided to forget that it happened and then blow through the rest of the book.
It's yeah. I feel like I read it in like
It's
two
so
different
good.
books, right? Like I definitely read
Yeah.
it in like two separate. Like the first part was like pretty intense, and then all of a sudden it was like super lighthearted, and so I just like
Yeah.
kind of disregarded everything in the beginning.
Right. And I hate that I hate that that scene was a question for me. Like I low key liked it, but I was like, oh my god, this is wrong. Like this is terrible.
I
Terrible.
know.
Literally, the second Aubrey gets to that part, she texts me. She goes, "Oh my god, Riley, this book is so naughty," because she'd never read like a book like that. And I'm like, dude, it's porn.
No,
It's basically
so
just porn.
I hated that I liked it. Like the whole
Same. I
time,
was
like
like,
I
I'm so
wanted.
mad at myself,
I know I
but
wanted to not like
I
it. I
couldn't
wanted to
find
just be like, "What is this?" But I actually like really enjoyed it.
myself.
Also, Raj, it has one of your favorite tropes, which is accidental pregnancy, except it's only accidental on Georgie's end because she's literally like, "Oh, good thing you can't get me pregnant," and he's like, you're already knocked right
Yeah,
up.
he's like, "What do you mean?"
Sorry.
He's like, "That's what we've been doing. Where have you been?"
Right.
It's like catch up.
So
Yeah.
the other plot points of this book are it's mostly just sex, but then it's also like survival. So the girls in the beginning are all basically borderline dying, and
Yeah.
then
No,
Georgie,
like literally like freezing to death, starving because they're allergic. They're not allergic. The air is toxic. Like the atmosphere
yeah,
is toxic. So they're just like withering away. Meanwhile, George is just like having sex with an alien the
yes,
whole time. And they were super
they
cool about that.
they
Oh,
were
yeah.
really cool about it. Yeah.
She realized her fate and just went with it. She's like,
She
okay,
did.
this is it. I'm good with it.
Yeah.
She said she was going for it. Yeah, absolutely.
The author did not shy away from the disgusting depictions of fecal matter in the first couple of
Oh, it
chapters.
was
She was
gross.
literally nonstop talking about how they all were like sitting in piles of their own shit and throw up,
I
basically.
know. And
And then it was like when Vecto comes back to the I feel like we're jumping around, but when Vector comes back to the spaceship in the beginning, when she finally gets him to bring her back, he's like, okay, let's fuck in the shit and vomit covered spaceship. And she was like, no.
literally, and then I mean, even when he meets her, like they're covered in shit. Remember, because like
Yeah,
as
she
the ship is
stinks.
crashing, their little waste bucket or whatever flies everywhere, so they're all covered in shit. And he sees her and is so into it. His quee is humming, and he can't
Yeah.
even smell nothing because the whole time that was happening, I was thinking of two things. I was like, well, this is a little bit of a problem because she's asleep, but also, doesn't she smell like shit?
Like shit and piss. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And also blood, I think, because she was wearing the uniform of the guy that she killed.
Right. Right.
Okay, so to go back again, I don't know if everyone in the chat's read this book or not. Please tell us what you thought. But I think that or not, I think that. So she's like when it's crashing, she kills the one guard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or did she kill him before?
She kills. She
Before.
kills him before, I think.
Because
Like
their plan was kill him and then we're gonna go kill other people, but then they end up crashing.
Yeah.
yeah,
Or kill the other guard.
The basketball head aliens is
Yeah.
the one that she killed, right? Yeah. And
Yeah.
those are the guys that were like raping everybody. So that
Yeah.
was great.
Like everyone. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's brutal.
And then yeah, you're right about it taking a vivid turn because in the beginning it's literally like everyone in this book's going to die.
Yeah.
And then when you get about I don't know 100 pages or so maybe in, it's like everyone's going to have sex and they're all going to love it.
Seriously though, but like that's what, and even like the tone of the writing was completely different. Which I mean, good
It
because like
was.
there are girls in the beginning getting raped, right? So yeah, it's good that the tone is different, but also like she landed, and then as soon as he was going down on her, the tone just switched. And then every once in a while, and she'd be like, "Oh, there's girls dying somewhere. Maybe I should go
Yeah.
take care of that."
Literally occasionally she was like, Vector, we got to go cuz and I'll give you more pussy when we get my friends.
Right.
That was literally what she used.
I forgot about that. That was like her whole plan.
Yeah.
And then
Was
she
to-
basically told the girl, she's like, look, we're all gonna fuck aliens or die. So pick. You're all good? Okay, let's go. And then it was just like, okay, we're all
But-
gonna have sex.
Yeah,
We're
so
gonna-
the mating trope is very big in this book. That's like,
Oh,
oh, I want to
hi,
say
my
hi to my
vulva
vulva
read.
reads. That's one of
She's
her
my-
little username is my vulva reads.
Hi.
Anyway,
her name.
so like the main driving force for Vectel is that Georgie is his mate.
Yes.
And he like knows immediately when he sees her, he's like, this is my mate. Like, I have to protect my mate. And then he thinks, oh my God, this spaceship is filled with potential other human mates for the rest of my alien brethren. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when all the aliens go back to rescue all the girls, all the guy aliens are literally just standing there like hoping to be
No.
mated, like hear the thrumming. Is that what they said? Like the
Yeah, it was
thrumming
like
of
buzzing or
You're
thrumming or
resonant.
something. There was something
Yeah,
in
they
their
have to
chest that
resonate.
started doing something because she could feel it. Like she said, she could put her hand on his chest and feel that it was like buzzing.
Yeah, and that's their kui. What do
Their
you?
Kui has to resonate,
Thank
and
you.
they know immediately they're mates, and the universe picks it out. They don't, so
Mhm.
it'll just start ringing for the right person,
Mhm.
like animals. Like it's like, oh, I know
But the
to mate you,
queen,
like animal sounds, but like vibrating.
Yeah, his
But the-
dick also vibrates, right? Or is it
Um,
just bumpy?
it's bumpy.
It's bumpy.
Don't know if it.
a purr.
does.
That's right.
Oh, a purr.
She said
Yeah,
purr, and they were like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Like, we don't know what that.
no,
word.
it was purring. Yeah, she goes purr, and he's like, "What?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Which,
Another barrier in the beginning is the language, because obviously he's an alien, he doesn't speak English, and but then it's like quickly not like explained, but like taken away, because like so she finds another spaceship that had
Mhm.
crashed, and when that storyline came up, I'm like, oh, they're gonna find a way
to get out
like
of here.
to get out of here, but instead it like lasers the language into her brain or something, right?
That scene,
Yes.
yeah, that honestly confused me. I was like, wait, now they're on another ship, but like, how is it? She's like, oh, it looks like ice, like the
Yeah.
ice is covering the entrances, and I'm like, what the frick? That's so weird. And then she's like, yeah, it's so high tech. You just click it, and it just immediately imprints a view of like all the knowledge. And I'm like, oh my god, high
Right. Now,
tech.
did he? I don't remember. Did he get her language imprinted on him as well, or did she?
I think he did
Oh,
too.
that's a good question.
I think all the
Was
other.
he in though? Wasn't he like asleep or not there when she did it? Or no, he was there, and he's like, what is it saying? What is it saying?
Yeah, he was
And
there.
then
And
she's like,
freaking.
oh, yeah.
He was freaking out.
I think that some of the. I think some of the other. What was his tribe called? Some of the other people from his tribe.
The Saw Queen,
How do you remember that?
How
right?
like
SA, then like Kui, the
I-
Sequi
I
people.
think so.
I think so too.
I'm so
I have
happy
no idea.
because I remember. I don't even remember her name, honestly.
Well, it's not Diane or whatever you said.
Dude, I read a book and once I close it, it's like I remember this
Yeah.
one and nothing else. Some of the other
Yeah,
men.
that's why I have to take notes.
And thank you. Some of the other men
It's not
learned
him.
English.
Bechtel didn't.
Oh, he didn't get
Michael
English.
Lloyd
Okay.
said he didn't get the English, but some of the other men did get imprinted with it.
Right.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, because
he was watching her and scared
Yes.
because she passed out, so he didn't
Yeah.
even know what happened until she woke up and was like, "I can speak your language."
So,
Okay.
but the rest, I think the other guys got English, and then there was the one girl that had where they stapled.
Yeah, that one girl. What was her name? Kim, or was that someone else?
Okay, Kathy, Kira,
Chris.
Carmen,
They'll tell us in the chat if they know.
Like Chrissy, Krista, Krillin?
something
Something like
like
that.
Yeah.
But she had the little implant in her headphone, and so that was interesting. I thought that they were all going to have to get something like that, like some sort of implant, but then the spaceship just lasered it into their
Mhm.
brains.
I was shocked by that,
Convenient.
honestly.
Painful but
Yeah.
convenient.
Knock it off, please.
But no, okay. So I think I want to know whether or not everybody liked it, because I know that I asked the chat, and that everybody seemed like they really liked it in the chat. I honestly,
So she's saying Kira. Sorry, she said Kira's the one
Kira.
with the
Yes, that's
earpiece.
Kira. But no, I feel like I didn't want to like it, honestly. Like I wanted to like it and I didn't want to. Like I picked it up and was like, this is such a weird plot. Let's see how it goes.
But I loved it. Absolutely obsessed with it. I bought the other two books. Like I'm reading the second book. Like I don't even care. But I hate that I love it again. Like why do I like this? It should be fucking weird. But I'm obsessed. I'm gonna read all of them.
It's about dudes who are ribbed for her pleasure, so I feel like it makes sense.
They really are, though. Yeah, when I was first reading it, I was like, the writing in this is a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
No, honestly though, it was one of the best written books that we've read so far. Like the actual
Yeah.
writing style. And when she described things, I understood what she was saying.
I could like picture it. No, I could
Yeah.
fully picture it. I was like, oh my god.
I thought it was written so well, and it's so funny because I was like reading it and I was like, I kind of want to see what else she's written that's not just like Alien porn.
Has she written anything else? She's written like 22 of these books. I don't know how she had time to write anything else.
Well, because somebody else was saying that she wrote another series, but it's also alien porn.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
so that's
her
her
specialty.
thing.
She's an alien porn girl.
But
Yeah.
you know what? To each their own.
We all have our vices. Listen, we're alien porn girl readers.
Now I can call
I know.
myself that.
Oh, monster romance, yeah.
Oh,
I love it.
is that what the trope is? Monster romance?
Yeah, that's what she's saying in the chat. I feel like I'm in the minority, like it was a good book, but the timing and all this occurred threw me off. Okay, yeah, I understand what you're saying about the timing because literally she's about to die. She's covered in shit, as we've described. She lands in this place. She runs. Doesn't she like hurt herself? Or she almost hurts herself or something?
It's either her ankle or her wrist. Something's like
her wrist
fucked
is
her wrist. And she's like in pain. Her wrist is probably broken from the crash. She's definitely weak, hasn't eaten, and then she's running through the snow. She finds a river, finds the pink trees.
Doesn't she get like trapped or something? Like he catches her in a trap.
Catches her in a trap.
Mm-hmm.
He got her. She's freaking passed out from that. And then she's in a cave and he's doing the deed.
He's doing what he does best. So my question is, this is the question that I had. How come if she doesn't have a Quee, his Quee can resonate?
I don't know, because the whole Quee thing was confusing to me because I thought it was like, okay, so they're like soulmates, right? So I'm like, oh, it's like his soul. His soul just knows like her soul is for him or whatever, and she just doesn't know yet.
But no, it's a
But
parasite.
then, yeah, then they go and hunt like the giant, what was it, like a monster thing?
Sacost.
How do you remember
Bitch.
that?
Because I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with it.
Oh my god. If we do any of the other books, you have to come on the stream again. Just knows all the words.
I'm a freak. I loved it.
Okay, so
that was it.
The Sacost, and they cut out its heart, and it has all the Quee worms in it. So I'm just wondering if it's like a different, like, okay, when you're on Earth, like you have a heart, and that's what works, and you have lungs, and you can breathe their air.
Mhm.
Maybe the Quee is like their version of like a heart, or like like it's like an organ. I don't know, because it seems weird. Like, does it turn into something inside?
That
Like,
actually makes more sense that it becomes a functioning part of the organ that keeps them alive. Because I was reading it more like a rune of roses, like her inner animal.
Yeah, I thought it was like a parasite. The guy feels it without the girl having it, but once she gets it, she feels it too. Yeah, because all of the other alien guys felt it, and then when Georgie wakes up from getting the Quee or whatever put into her, doesn't she swallow it?
On her, they cut her throat.
Oh
open,
God!
and she's bleeding, and
of
it
course
crawls in her, and she's like, "What the fuck?" Then she passes out, and all the girls are like, "I'm not getting this shit. Like, I changed my mind."
So
like,
because it reads DNA like a sonar radar.
Oh yeah,
that's what it felt like.
Yeah, no, it does. I think the Quee or like that organ or whatever it is, I know it's a parasite first. It can just like, it's just all knowing. So if it's in the guy or in the girl, whoever it's in, like it can tell that when you get one, because it already said like you're my freaking mate, like they just connect or whatever.
They're picking up vibes.
Yeah,
that would be confusing though if she had gotten her Quee and then it resonated to like someone else. Like what if?
Oh, that's a whole spin-off. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm saying like, so maybe it has to be like it just already knows. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense. I guess.
Yeah, I think that's what Vectel said.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
It has to be specific to the person.
Yeah, because I think that's what Vectel said. He's like, it just knows like what you need. Like it just knows who your mate is. But he did say sometimes it's wrong because some of the girls on his tribe didn't want to have sex with the guys that they were like their mate. Remember? Didn't he say that? He was like, sometimes it is wrong.
Yeah, or sometimes like, it's just not the
or no, it's not wrong, but the girl doesn't want it. Like she's like, oh well, I like this other guy. Like this might be telling us something, but I don't care. Like I like someone else.
Yeah,
maybe.
But once it happens, I think once it happens, it's pretty undeniable though. It's like there's a pull, even if like you instinctively don't want that person, like you just don't really have any. Because that one woman said like, she was okay with it now.
Yeah, I don't know. Once they get back to, so the book kind of went on longer than I thought it was going to because the main resolution is like they're staying, they get the Quee, but then they think that the basketball head aliens are coming back, right? But what even happened with that?
They were,
like
but
they came back and
they saw a giant alien human orgy going on. They turned around and left because it was their cargo had been. That's literally what
I think came back,
Uh-huh.
and what happened was the ship was empty, and they saw the trackers. They went to the trackers that were in the
Mhm.
cave because they cut out all their trackers, and they were like, "What the fuck? Like, we're leaving. Like, this is weird or
But no,
whatever."
but because then her tracker started going off in her arm, right? While she was like,
Yeah.
from what I remember, it's
Yeah,
literally.
because she was like in the just out in the wilderness.
You can, yeah. I
I
agree with
think
that.
it meant like you can know someone forever, but it takes time for it to tell you that person is your new mate or something. Yeah.
But like, okay, so the tracker was going off while I'm pretty sure while they were fucking, and some of the other couples were also fucking because they gave into their resonance very quickly. Because what do you keep calling her, my resonance? And then
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that they like the aliens rolled up and were like, oh,
Yeah.
okay,
This is-
like, one
yeah.
of them's pregnant. They've all got the quee. Guess we're
Yeah.
gonna go.
So does your book have the honeymoon at the end of it too? Did you read that
No,
part?
I didn't
Your
get
book did your copy?
You
Your
know what?
copy didn't have the honeymoon? We bought it at the same
We had the
time.
same copy. I may have not have gone on. I don't even think I realized there was honeymoon. Oops.
Yeah, because we bought it together. Yeah, because it's Ice Planet Honeymoon. I think that's like another it's supposed to take place after like the second book, I think. Oh yeah, so someone says Mina says the green alien continues in book 3.
With Kira, right?
Which one's that? Is that one of the ones that kidnapped them? Because there was like
and
the
I'm
green
on book 2, but it's not a spoiler, but it's only so far about Liz and Rahosh, like the girl who didn't want to be with him, but he's like, "Sorry, you're my mate."
Yeah.
The human girl. So
Mhm.
it's like more focused on them. So far there hasn't been anything like that, but
I mean, because the green aliens, they were like the masterminds behind the whole thing, right? And the basketball
Yeah.
were just like the muscle, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep reading. I'm actually like really interested to see how this goes. I also feel so. It's 22. Is it one for each couple?
I think it probably must be.
I would think so, yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
I like
Look at this.
Georgie
We got a
and
big
Rachel.
comment. I think it's also like any basic werewolf mate story. You can be mated, but if an emotional connection is not built, then you still don't want to be with them. Okay.
Right.
It doesn't control your thoughts, just heighten your
It's
feeling.
like
Yeah, it makes sense.
Jacob and Renesmee.
Oh my god. You've read have you read
Yeah.
Twilight? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we've
exactly what
all
it's
we've all.
like. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I do want to talk about the fact that like all of those girls were super cool with the fact that she had basically abandoned them for some alien dick. 'Cause
No kidding.
I would have been fucking livid. Like if she'd showed up with that dude and then they'd been like, he says that he's your mate, I'd have been like, bitch, what?
Yeah.
I would have flipped out.
Like, oh yeah, I've been low key getting raw dogged every night since I left here, and it has been amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's been great. But I'm here now. I'm here to save you now. So what are you pissed off
But
about?
you guys have 2 more days. And the other thing is too, if she had moved faster and worked harder to convince him, they may have had more time to make a different decision. But by the time that they like knew, hey, it's either the quee or death. Like we have no way of getting this spaceship up on the sky. Like your timeline is done. I would have been pissed.
Because they only last like what 3 days or something.
They were only able to last like 2 more days before they needed it. I think it was like 5 days.
Well, and then
max.
they woke up. Yeah, and then they woke up those 6 girls after they'd already made the decision. The 6 girls didn't
that's right.
make the decision.
Yeah, those girls just came in and those girls were probably scarred for life.
I completely forgot. So they had those girls in the pods,
Mm-hmm.
like how they have them in. I don't know if you guys have seen Alien, but how she like goes in like the sleep pod at the end of Alien or whatever. Oh, can you see us?
I can see you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't see you.
Weird. Okay. Well, keep talking.
We're definitely still live. You're just a black screen.
Okay, keep talking. I'll figure it out.
Sorry, everybody. Sorry about that. But yeah. Anyway, so it's like at the end. Have you seen Alien? No, you haven't. It's good. Anyway, so at the end of Alien, she like goes in like this pod to like sleep or whatever, so she doesn't age a ton, I think. But that's like kind of what it was. Like they're in these pods where they can't age or eat. They don't have to eat or anything.
They're like in it's like you're in a coma, but you're still alive. It's like they're like the cryotos or
Isn't it called like
something pods? Like it's on a bunch of shows. Like if they go people send people to space,
I know what you're talking.
they're in like a
cryogenically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like suspended animation. Basically, you're just like there. you're fine.
Which would have actually been ideal, except for when they woke up, the decision was made for them that like, hey, we're getting the Quee, wake up, we're on our way. And I think that was
Okay, yeah.
like, why
So
not wake
sorry,
them up sooner?
well, sorry, what did you just say?
Why not wake them up sooner? I mean, I get that you don't want them to suffer, but also like if a decision, once they figured out that the decision had to be made, they should have woken them up before.
Yeah.
The pregnancy in a week annoyed me.
I don't think she's pregnant. I think because he said, she's like, when am I gonna like start showing, like I want to like have this baby, la la la, and he's like, oh, like she will be impregnated with me, my like, I think it's almost like it's in there but it's not like active, because
Yeah, I was confused about that too, because at the end, like in the honeymoon, if you didn't read that, RJ, but in the honeymoon, she's kind of alluding to the fact that she's not pregnant, but she's telling him that she is pregnant.
she's like, I can't wait to carry our kit, or like whatever they call it, but she doesn't like, he's like, yeah, I've been trying to impregnate you, I've been like, basically I've been like splooging in you, but it's in there, but you will be the carrier of my kit, like you will carry my baby.
Splooge?
Yes. Sorry.
No, I like it.
Oh, stasis pods, thank
I don't
you.
think she's pregnant. Yeah, I think she's has it like the seed in her, like he says, but it's not like going. I feel like she'd be, I'm showing her, I'm so excited to have this baby, or like, oh, whatever. He says, you keep carrying my kit, you're carrying my kit. Unless like alien years, they're pregnant for like 5 years or something.
Dude, I totally thought she was pregnant.
No, she is. I think she is, because look, it says
So she's late.
you.
Late.
Yeah, so it says you resonated because your Kui decided you could make me pregnant. She asks, and then he says yes. I'm not sure where this is heading. A Kui always responds to the fertile female, and then she realizes she's late for her period.
But then like at the honeymoon part, like she's like, yeah, she's pregnant, or he says, yeah, you'll carry my kit, but she never like, she asked him, she's like, so like when do, like she has like a monologue, like a moment where she's like, when is it gonna
They're
when am I
pregnant for
gonna
3 years. Oh, that's why she was pregnant.
oh,
Pregnant for 3 years.
so she's fucking pregnant. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Coming from
Yeah,
a person that was
because
pregnant for 9 months, that's awful.
yeah, because in the honeymoon, he's saying, "What is it? Is everything all right? Is the kit well?" And she's like confused, I think, because she doesn't realize that she's actually pregnant.
And
I
she
think.
asked herself, she's like, when am I gonna show? Like okay, she asked him like, when do I show? Like I wonder about my baby inside me, but like no progress. That's why I was curious.
Okay, yeah, people are saying that's probably like in a later book that we find out how long they're actually supposed to be pregnant for, which is why it was like a confusing plot line.
You know the other thing? I don't want to be kidnapped
Yeah.
You know the other thing that I was thinking about? Like, who just willingly just has sex with other species like this? Like when she did that, and she was like, "At least I can't get pregnant." I was like, "Bitch, that's the least of your worries." Like,
Literally, why did she think though? Like, why did she think she wouldn't be able to get pregnant? Just because he was a different species?
Because I mean, I think I would have thought that I couldn't have gotten pregnant as well, but I would have thought, this is a recipe for like a new STD. STD. Like we were just creating the next super. Yeah, like I would have been like, whoa. No.
Yeah, I think I would have been concerned about pregnancy, but like I definitely wouldn't have just if this was me and I was just stranded on an alien planet by other aliens, the first thing on my mind would not be let's get some alien dick. And that was like the first thing on her mind.
She was for it from a constantly. Like she was ready for it.
Yeah, how was she ready for that? Like, no offense, like the way it's described, like I can't really actually imagine it would have felt great. She's like, it's the best feeling ever.
She said it was
like,
huge.
She said, yeah, it's like ridged and huge, and it's like the biggest I've ever seen. And I'm like, dude, like,
sounds
no
awful.
offense, like I know I would not be all into it. That must have hurt so bad.
My Vulnerine
Is a volunteer. Yeah, you can go be kidnapped. And have
let
sex
me know
with
how it
aliens.
is. Because at the very least, he took very good care of her.
He can use his tongue, but I cannot imagine that situation.
The way she was describing it was like the size of her arm or something.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, how'd she's just so down to just go for it. And don't forget the spud. Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
This is what I mean when I say he was literally ribbed for her pleasure. Like it's
Yeah, because that's like on a vibrator, like when it has that little part on the top.
For your clit. Like it's literally meant. Yeah, it's meant for that, but like how scary. Like I would not just maybe it would take me time if I had to get a queen and stay there, but I would never just like how Georgie was just like, okay, like
She was just
cool.
ready for it. That's why they started the book with her, so that we in the next couple books would all be like, yeah, get some alien dick girls. But like,
you know what?
in reality, none of us will do that.
No, but Georgie, for someone who had really good survival skills naturally, like Georgie knew what to do from the get go. That's not a very good survival tip.
No.
That's the one thing where I was like, you were doing so good. We were all rooting for you.
Rooting for you,
See, like the thing is, we don't really know much at all about Georgie from her like life before. All we really know is that she didn't have a lot of friends or family, right?
No, and can we talk about that? Like, I would be like my relationship with my family. Like, if I got fucking literally abducted, like, I wouldn't even be able to think about anything else because I'd be like, my family's probably wondering where I am. Like, I'm distraught. Like, my fucking family. Like, how did none of them talk about, like, they have small talk about, like, oh, yeah, my family's there, like, whatever. They're all just like, okay, like, accept it. Like, bye, life. Like, I would be freaking out about my people at home.
They all bought in very quickly. I agree. Like, they were like, all right, never seen anybody again.
Like, I know that's supposed to be like, you know, it's a book. It's obviously not real. We can forgive some things, but in the back of my head, I was like, okay, they. I know that they specifically said they kidnapped women who didn't have a lot of friends or family, but they have to have someone. They're not all like just orphans. Like they have to have somebody, a coworker who notices that they're missing.
Yeah, and they're all 22. Also,
Oh, they are.
They're all 22 years old, which is interesting.
I didn't know that.
Books, so maybe it is about the 22 relationships.
Yes, they were all 22. Yeah,
I did not realize that.
But she kept saying, she's like, oh, and we're all the same age, and we're all like, we're all the same size. We're all kind of like, you know.
Yeah, so some of them wouldn't stop crying.
Which fair enough. I would not stop crying. I would have like,
yeah.
If I had to have sex with someone I didn't want to, that was a freaking foreign creature, and I didn't want to mate, and I missed home. Yeah, I'd probably cry every day too.
Yeah.
So that does happen.
Yeah.
But Georgie was all in. What's she good for? Like she was like, this is my life now. There's no point, no regrets.
I don't want to deal with the internal struggle. I'm just gonna chug along.
Yeah, I think that she really was just like, you know what? Fine. She's like, you know what? Fine. This hot alien is gonna be my mate forever. Fantastic. That's fine. That's fine. She's like, I don't want to think about anything else. She's like, I'm literally covered in human shit. I don't want to think about anything else.
It's horrible.
But so the hot alien, I actually really enjoyed him. Like his voice, like the way that he talked in the book, I thought it was so funny and I really enjoyed it actually. Like the way that it was written. Like
I think that the dual POV was really helpful because it made us realize that he just wants to like protect her and he's not trying to rape her. Like that was like his alien greeting.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's talk about that. My Wolverines. They kind of shamed the women that were crying. Yes, they did. Yeah. Georgie was at one point. Georgie straight up says they were kind of annoying me, and I was like,
"Yeah,
we just woke up from a cryo chamber to be told that they have to get some parasite infected in them and that they're never going home." Like, yeah. She was like, "They're annoying me. I need them to get with the program." I was like, "Yeah, really? That's kind of horrible."
Like, how long is this book supposed to take place? Like, maybe a week?
Over 8 days, because at 8 days is how long they have before the planet.
Okay, so 8 days before they get the Kui thing, or like 6 or 7 days before they get the Kui. It's Khui.
Kui. It's the Kui.
So I thought it was Kui. Okay, Kui. Before they get the Kui, but then there's like a couple days after when they're all like settling in or whatever. But then there's like the honeymoon. And in the honeymoon, I know you didn't read it, but in the honeymoon, it's like weird because mostly it's just them having sex in like the cave area because it like describes like the cave system that they have. But then she's like, I want to go on a honeymoon. And he's like, what the fuck's a honeymoon? But it's not really a honeymoon. She just wants to go bury all the girls that died, right?
Dominique and someone else died.
Yeah, so she just wants to go out there and you know, give them a like quote unquote human proper burial, basically. Yeah. And then they have more sex. And then they come back to the cave system.
Right? Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
What?
But yeah, they do. I think it's like because different species, obviously, like they don't understand like humans have like these emotions and like they get to choose their mate. Like all of them were like when Vectel told the other guys like, oh, they choose their mate. Like where they're from, they're all like, "What? Like, oh my, like what? Like question, like what?" So I think that's why it seemed like they were like shaming them. Like, why are they crying? Like, what are they? They should accept this happily. Like, our women would be so grateful to
No, but
be
Georgie was
mated.
shaming them. Like
Yeah,
Georgie
Georgie
was
was.
like, "What the fuck?"
And I'm like, girl, not everyone can clap back that quick.
No,
Like,
nobody gets life changing alien dick day one and can just buy into this
right.
style. Because that's what happened.
All of them, yeah.
If she hadn't met him, she would have been a disaster. Like once they met, he took care of everything.
Yes.
He did.
Yeah.
Which
She's very, very lucky that he was there.
yeah. And so like to have him who takes care of everything, and then for her to be like, they're just like they're freaking, they won't stop crying. I wouldn't stop crying either because keep in mind, the other girls were already in shambles, but these ones had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not fair. I didn't think it was really. There were times like I liked Georgie overall, but there were times where I was like, really, to her whole character.
Yeah. She definitely made like questionable decisions, mostly just allowing an alien to raw dog her in the first place. But you know,
Well,
we all make who could any of us say what we would do?
I think
Who knows?
I think she thought originally, like, I'm doing this to protect the woman because this is clearly what he wants. And if I do it, maybe he'll do what I want. Then she ended up liking it. She didn't think she would like, she's like, I'll make a sacrifice. I'll fuck this guy. We'll go back. And then she's like, oh shit, I really liked that.
Yeah, because she definitely promises him, we'll do more than just you eating me out. Once we get the girls, like once you take me up the mountain, we can fuck.
That promise went out the window quick. It was like same day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then that just like trickled down like, oh, they need mates. Oh, your tribe need mates. Oh, I'm sure the girls, oh, we're gonna die. Oh fuck. Okay, girls, hey, sorry, we're dying or having dick. Like it's just
They're like, I don't even know what her plan would have been. Like, what are you gonna do? Rig the spaceship and fly a spaceship? You don't even know where you are.
Yeah.
It's not like you're on Mars. You're probably in an entirely different solar system. Georgie's in the second book? Okay, so she's saying Georgie's
I haven't gotten to the part where Georgie's in the second book yet, but I'm excited. I want to read it. So I'm just going. I just barely started it yesterday.
No, I get it. Once you get into like a series, you have to like blow through before you lose interest.
Otherwise, I'll stop reading unless like it's not released yet. In which case, I'll just read it over and over and over again until it's released.
Yeah.
But no.
Are all the books out? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Oh, I don't know either.
Probably not the gal to ask. Somebody in the
Ew.
better. I think 22 seems like a full series. How many more can there be if there's 22?
No, I just meant like if there's 22 total, are only like 20 out. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how many are out.
I don't know. I'll look it up. Oh, they're all out.
Oh, yes. Okay, they're all out.
Imagine writing 22 books, like all.
They're pretty short, but yeah, that's still a lot of books.
Yeah. I mean, they're short, but they're not like that short. Like
no, they're not like 100. They're not like a novella or anything.
Yeah,
they're like an actual book.
Like in the Mindfuck series, every single book I think was like 250 pages. So like that was pretty short.
Oh, those are short.
Yeah. But like 350 is like almost a full book to me. I read like probably like.
Yeah, I haven't read any of the Mindfuck series, as you know. So
you should. I keep telling you.
Like those. Is that the one with the serial killer or no?
Yeah, where she's a serial killer.
Ruby is just releasing special edition covers for them. Oh, okay. So the author's releasing. The author's releasing special edition covers. Sorry.
I love that they're better than the current covers. I want like a cover that I can bring out in public and people aren't like.
Yeah, I would really prefer it if it didn't look like this because I don't want everyone to know I'm literally just reading alien porn.
But
That'd
also
be great.
It's called Ice Planet Barbarians, so I don't know how much you can get away with because that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't think that he was a barbarian. There were a couple of times where she called him a barbarian. I was like, he seems like he's doing fine.
Yeah, he was nice. He was perfectly nice.
I want to read the Mindfuck. Yes, I think that you should. I recommend it to everybody. I read the whole series in like a day and a half. It's great. She's a serial killer, and the FBI,
cool.
Yeah, she's a serial killer, and the FBI profiler falls in love with her.
Oh Oh my gosh. Okay, I should read that. I have like so many books. I bought the next two of these. I freaking bought Neon Gods. I have Promises and Pomegranates. I have to freaking go.
We can't talk about Neon Gods right now. Wait, if you bring up Neon Gods, I will totally railroad this whole chat and only talk about
No,
I
stop.
haven't read it yet.
Someone needs to suggest it for the next book so we can actually talk about it.
And I'll
Neon
read
Gods
it
is
really
good.
fast.
The
I'll read it
next
really
one,
fast.
Electric Idol, is the best one in that whole series.
There's like a bunch of books in the series, right?
I think there's only 3. No, because they just released Wicked Beauty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Read
Cool.
that one.
Easier to swallow than 22 books.
Neon God is so good, but no, read the Mindfuck series. I think that one was
Okay, wait. Before we get off on more
You're right.
book
Sorry.
tangent,
Sorry.
should we do our I don't know if you guys have any other plot points you want to discuss, but we can, is there any other plot points you want to talk about? Or do you want to do our ratings and then we can talk about other books?
Yeah, let's do our ratings, then we can let's talk about your fabulous hair.
Okay.
I see you got one. It's very cute.
What?
You got a haircut. It's cute.
Oh yeah, I cut my own hair. Thank you. It's
Honestly,
choppy.
So brave. I can't fucking do that shit to my hair. It'll be so bad.
Originally it was cut to about right here. And then I just kept cutting it, trying to make it more even, and here we are now.
I like it. Katie planned 10 books. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. It's going to be 10 books, so it's one for each of the main Greek gods. Okay, do your ratings, and then we can talk to the girls about all the books.
Okay, so for writing style, I did 4 out of 5.
Me too.
You did 4? What would you say?
I think I would do 4 as well. It was way better than I thought.
Yeah, it really exceeded expectations with the writing.
Yeah.
And for spice rating, I gave 3.5. What would you give?
4.
I gave it a 2.5.
RJ!
What are you reading?
A lot of different things that we
Literally, though, she reads crazy ass shit.
This was also, to be fair, this was my first like porn-ish book, so I'm giving it like freaking 4 because I'm like, wow, that's just.
I gave Promises and Pomegranates like a 4, but now it's not nearly as spicy as I thought it was when I first read it.
If you're into your spicy book journey, just let a hoe know because I got Rex.
Sounds good.
We can talk about them now. So for final rating, I did 4 out of 5. I really liked it.
I think I gave it like a 3.5 out of 5. I think I got hung up on like sci-fi romance thing. I can't.
I would do 4. I loved it.
Yeah.
I literally went to Barnes and Noble the next day and bought the next 2. So, yeah.
So before we chat about other books, I have to keep us on key because RJ will go out of control. Our next book that we're reading is The Stand-In, and because RJ's tooth was fucked up last week, our stream will be next week. So 1 week from today is The Stand-In. I'm gonna open the polls up right after we finish so that you guys can all go and just like write in your next smutty suggestion. If you want to keep reading these, great. If someone wants to put in Neon Gods, great. I just go from what everybody puts in. So, and then we will announce that next week.
I'll read that shit again.
I'm going to put in Neon Gods too since I have it.
Yeah. So it might be Neon Gods, but yeah.
Everybody prepared. Be prepared. We're reading Neon Gods. But no.
Okay, so what other books do you suggest for Aubrey, who is new to the porn book genre?
Okay, but think about the 4 that I already have. Like, so, like, I'm working on those, but like, what else can I add, you know?
I do not know.
So I have like the two other Barbarian Alien books, and then I have Promises and Pomegranates and Neon Gods. Like, I'm working on. So
okay, I think that Neon Gods is a good one to start off with because it's like really spicy, but also there's no like problematic undertones. I guess is what I would go for because like Promises and
That's a bold claim.
Yeah, no, but I mean it's really not very problematic. Like she's kind of in charge. She takes the lead on the stuff that's going on, and he treats her very well. And everything.
Is that one a reverse harem or no?
Say it again.
Is that one a reverse harem or is that the second one?
No, that's the third one. Wicked Beauty.
The third one. I had just told Aubrey what that was.
oh my god, I can't even believe it.
I didn't know what it was before this book club either.
Yeah.
Wow.
The first reverse harem I ever read, I was like scandalized. I think now that I've read so many that I'm just like, yeah, my boyfriend's got a boyfriend too. Let's do it.
I don't know how you read so many books so quickly. I know you say you don't sleep, but you must really not sleep because that's a lot of books.
I read 3 books this week. I'm just an addict. I just stay up until 3 a.m. Wicked Beauty is a poly relationship. Okay.
Oh, so that's the third one. Okay.
Yeah. And then
so I remember you saying that Neon Gods was one that if you don't know what your kinks are, that will tell you what you like.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I remember you telling me.
The writing style isn't the best on Neon Gods. Like if you're reading Neon Gods, you're reading it for the spice, for the romance. But like to me, I didn't think that the writing style was very good. I thought that it was better on Electric Idol, but I think that Katie Robert, her strength is definitely just like smut.
Yeah.
Promises and Pomegranates. That's a heavy one. That's like
That book, yeah, you
Okay.
can keep it, but like, I should tell you something. I would save that one until you're
Done with my other
right.
books?
Yes, because
yeah.
that one
Some
is
kinks in
dark.
there are kind of strong.
So don't start
There's
with
some
that one.
like
I'll start with my Alien
blood
and Neon
play.
Gods.
Yeah.
Yeah, start with Neon Gods. Neon Gods is a good
Yeah.
one. And then once you get into it, I can introduce you to Pen Dug. Their books are problematic and amazing.
Pen Dug. Okay, so Pen Dug goes by they them, just so you know. Like Pen Dug, Penelope Douglas. I have never read one of their books, but the
You're not
things that
using
I have seen on TikTok about their books just range from this is the most problematic thing I've ever heard of in my life to I love Pen Dug and I would literally die for them. So I don't know if RJ says I wouldn't like them, so I don't know.
I have a foot in both camps where as I'm reading, I'm like, wow, this is super fucked up. And I normally like bully romances are like really hit or miss for me. I normally don't like bully romances because the idea that you could just terrorize someone for 10 years and they'd still fall in love with you is like insane.
That's like Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah. And I would say in like the Devil's Night series, that's kind of what they have. But Pen Dug, I'm like problematic. Also would die for them. Would take.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Like
Yeah, it's a problem. I just know that a lot of book talkers are like adamantly against Pen Dug
yeah, they're very.
as like their books.
They're very polarizing books.
See,
Yeah.
Steph says I feel like Riley wouldn't like Penelope Douglas.
You would.
Steph knows that I'm soft. I can only handle like so much. If Promises and Pomegranates was too much for me, I'm imagining that Penelope Douglas would be too much for me.
Yeah,
I'll get there.
I
I just gotta work on my reads.
See, did you even know that bully romance was a thing until she just said those words?
No, but I mean, I feel intrigued in a bad way, like, but in a good way. I don't know. So.
RJ, if you could indulge us so briefly as to explain the different kinds of romance books that you have read, like the different genre, like bully romance,
Okay.
because I also don't know all of them. There's like
Mhm.
I know the different tropes like accidental pregnancy, but I don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So do you want to get in? Okay, so I can get into tropes, and we can also get into kinks. Those are two different things. So the tropes that I read is I don't see the hype about their books. To be fair, I've only. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just get really invested in their books. I really like them. So okay, so like bully romance, basically like he's horrible to her. It's not an enemies to lovers thing. Like he is just horrible to her, or the love interest is just horrible to the main character. Point blank.
Got it.
Bullies them relentlessly. Then there's enemies to lover. Yeah, thank you. I am.
Yeah, Steph says RJ is professional. She's read so many books.
There's enemies to lovers where they both don't like each other, they don't get along, whatever, and then something happens, and then they get together.
Enemies to Lovers is my favorite one.
Yeah. There's friends to lovers, which is obvious, like they're friends first. There's like forced proximity, so like a situation where they had to become roommates for whatever reason, and then through that,
Or like they have to like spend the night in the same hotel room and there's only one bed.
yeah,
And you know, that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Aubrey's already deciding what she likes.
there's fake dating. Fake dating is one of my favorite ones.
Oh, fake dating, yeah. That's like a big thing in rom-coms, like in just movies where they like have to pretend to date for like a wedding or
And then
whatever.
They end up loving each
Yes.
other. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what you should read too? You should read Tessa Bailey because hers are rom coms, but like she does a really good job of like throwing a good amount of spice in there.
I never read Tessa Bailey.
There was one I just read My Killer Vacation, and
But isn't that one like a murder mystery?
it is, yeah, it is a murder mystery. I didn't think that I'd like it because you know that I hate that shit in books. Like when we were reading Things I Never Got Over, I was like, can we just get this whole fucking part of this book? I actually really liked it because it was really like kind of more campy. Like it didn't take itself too seriously, but there were some spicy things in that book that I was like me as a spicy reader was like, okay.
That was the one that had like everyone was freaking out about the cover art.
Yeah.
Did you see that? You're not on. Are you on any book talk drama? because I had to just
Not like
explain
you.
to you everything that was happening.
Not like you. I was shook by all that nonsense. I guess I
Yeah,
just
I don't know if anyone in the chat, and obviously you're not on Book Talk, but like the Book Talk drama community, I get all of the stuff. Like there was this to briefly explain, there was this new thing called like Verba or something, and they were gonna have a bunch of male TikTokers read audiobooks,
Have you ever
which
seen the hot?
had a good
Do you know? You have to know what I'm talking about. He chops
the
wood.
guy who chops wood, the hot guy.
Like
on
all he
TikTok.
does is. I'll send you his page. Don't worry.
Yeah, but basically they were gonna have the hot guys on TikTok read audiobooks, and it would be, you pay for it monthly or whatever. And you get however many books, which potentially is a good idea. But the problem is they got involved with a bunch of problematic authors. So then Book Talk basically destroyed it within like a day, and then they said that we're not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
So that was the most recent drama.
Which sucks because I actually really liked those guys, and they're actually good guys. I just don't think that they realized who they were partnering up with.
Yeah.
I do kind of
Yeah.
hope somebody comes
The
along.
Willow Winters drama.
Yeah, I hope that somebody does come along and do something similar with them, or at least that they get to work with more authors and stuff for Book Talk, because I really like both of them.
Yeah, but that was like the main drama, and then a whole bunch of Book Talk accounts just kept getting blocked and like deleted because they had been talking about it, but they said that it wasn't because they're talking about it, but it was a whole thing. Yeah, it was a whole thing.
Like, because at this point I have like a small decent following on TikTok, and now I'm at the point where I'm like, oh, I'm worried that someone's gonna report me, and like all of this is gonna be.
Yeah, because I make TikTok videos making fun of, I don't know if you've seen them, making fun of Book Talk men, and I've already gotten a bunch of men on Book Talk just like coming for me in the comments, and I've made videos addressing them, but I've also just like blocked them because I don't want to get reported.
But yeah, I did kind of go into that one guy's profile, the one that was reading Akatar, and he seems like a tool.
The one who says written by a woman in his bio? Yeah, I had a whole fight with that guy.
Somebody commented, it was like, are you just holding the box set? And he did a response that was like, yeah, what's the problem? I was like, you're not even holding the book. You're just holding the box.
This really needs to keep us updated all the drama. Okay, you know what, Steph? Next time we stream, I'll just make a little note of all the Book Talk drama going on, and I'll just do like a little Riley's Book Talk drama update in the corner.
In the beginning.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, even then, like you told me about the Where the Crawdads Sing, and I was because me and Gavin were gonna read it together and go see it. My brother Gavin, who shows up on the chat every once in a while, we were gonna go see it, and he was gonna read it, and then you sent us that, and we are like, oh, I guess I don't know if we can.
Have you heard of that book?
I heard of I saw something about the actual truth behind the real life people that's about, and how they tried to cover up that they actually killed someone in Africa who was supposed to be like they claimed he was like an elephant hunter or like a poacher, but he wasn't, and so they just shot him and killed him, and they told the government like, oh, well, it's legal to just shoot down poachers here, and the government was like, no, it's fucking not, and then they just left, and that's apparently the people like in Where the Crawdads Sing, the author,
and now they're literally like wanted in Africa.
Like, they're wanting for questioning.
And freaking Reese Witherspoon is involved in the movie. I'm like, how did you not know about this, Reese? This is not good PR for you. Dude, and like Taylor Swift just released a whole song about it. I'm like, you guys, the white women are really white womaning on this one, just like completely ignoring everything that's been happening.
I don't know how you could
go see it too. I saw like the preview and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to go see that. And then I was like, yeah, no, I probably shouldn't support that.
Yeah. I didn't even know anything about it until I saw the drama. And then I was like, wait, what is this book? And then I looked into it. I was like, oh my God, Reese Witherspoon? Taylor Swift? You guys, you didn't have anybody doing research on this.
Aren't we to the point where we need to start like doing deep background checks on people before we start working with them? Like, I just feel like Hollywood and every form of entertainment has really hit that. Like even Book Talk now. Like we need to like do a background check on some of these people before we work with them, because like it's insane.
It's the same as like The Bachelor. Like they've had so many contestants on there that have been like rape allegations and all that kind of stuff, and like no one's even looked into it. The author, talking about Willow Winters. Oh no, talking about
the woman who
wrote the Crawdad. Okay, sorry. Willow Winters has also made racist remarks to answer that. I think all you have to do is search Willow Winters on TikTok, and you will know everything to know about her.
I feel like, oh my God. I feel like I have like such bad luck too, where like I will buy a whole bunch of books from an author, fix it, and then like a week later they're problematic. Like Daniel Laurie, I
Yeah.
bought that whole series, and then a week later problematic.
I don't know who that is either.
She wrote like the Maid series, like a whole series about like mafia men. And I read the first book, I was all in, and then 2 days later, people were like, "Oh, she's a racist." I was like, "Awesome." And then I did
Awesome.
with Elle Kennedy, where I literally spent I think like $70. So I bought like both of her series in full, and then 2 seconds later,
Yeah, I have the same problem. Well, I will, and you just did it too. I will just buy anything that is available in this series before I even finish the first book. Usually, like I'll read half the first book. I'm like, this is great, and then I'll buy the series, and then I'll finish the first book. And I'll be like, I didn't need to buy all these books, but I guess I have now.
Can we talk about the people that buy the whole series before they start? That's crazy to me. Like I at least have to be halfway through the first book before, but once I'm halfway through the first book, I will buy the entire series.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because when I'm halfway through, I'm like, I have to read the next one as soon as I'm done with this one.
yeah,
So I have to order it now.
and then I'm looking at it.
But then by the time it comes, I'm usually over it.
Yeah. Well, then you look at it, it's like it's cheaper to get the whole box set, and then once I'm halfway through this one, I'm going to just end up ordering that one. Just get the whole thing.
Yeah.
How?
Exactly.
How do you do that? That is so scary to me. Do you just keep receipts? I would, if I did that, I would have to keep.
You must. Oh, Steph does it too. Just buys the whole series without even reading one of the books.
That's crazy. I'm shocked. How do you do that? That is.
You do that?
No.
That's
I just
crazy.
buy one book.
I would have to keep receipts if I did that, like religiously.
You need to have all of them before I start, or I can't start. Yeah. See, I understand. But also like
all like on the shelf right next to each other before you can get started.
This just needs to be ready the second she finishes one, just to have the next one on deck.
Fair enough. Nope, I don't like.
Okay, so we have like 3 minutes left. So I want to remind everyone one last time. Next week is the stand-in, and then right after the stand-in, this is why I have to do this because you never remember to remind people what's going on. So next week is a stand-in, and then directly after the stand-in will be I will be recapping the fantasy read, which was Poison Princess, and I'll be describing it all to RJ. And I must say I have a lot of thoughts. Yeah, I just finished that today.
I bought it actually, because so for my birthday, Jen was like, "You can buy a whole bunch of books on our card." I was like, "Tell me twice. I'm going to Mars."
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. It was. If you read it, that'd be great actually, because it's pretty hard to even describe to Michael. As I was reading it, so I don't really know how it's gonna go because there's a lot happening in that book.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, you should read it. You just told me you bought it, so now you have to read it. No, I was gonna let you off the hook before.
I've already read The Stand-In, and I'm super excited that we're reading The Stand-In because I think it's so good.
Yeah, that's just like a cute little like rom-com-y book.
That one's not that. So if you want to read that, Aubrey, you're always welcome to come back.
Yeah, and you live like 10 minutes away from me, so
depending on what the next book is, like, because if I already have it, if it's one of the ones I have,
you can also always borrow because I buy all of them.
I'm not a very fast reader unless I like the book, so I have to like it.
Yeah, I get it. It took me so long to get through the fantasy book that I'm reading, The Poison Princess. It took me like 4 or 5 days, and that book is maybe 300 pages. So that should tell you about, how long that really took me. Because I can read a book fast, and that one, that one took me a while.
Up here, I'm super excited.
RJ, I got to tell you, I might hate it more than I hated Things We Never Got Over. And I hated Things We Never Got Over.
Because the thing is, I love Things We Never Got Over, so maybe I'll like it.
If you like it, we have some serious problems.
I think it's great that me and you just have such opposing views on all of these books. Like, we never agree.
I think that's what keeps us strong.
Problematic. Then we agree on that. But even then, we have different stances. Like, it gives you the ick, and I'm like, it's a book. It's fine.
Literally. Okay, so you have to do, Aubrey, if you'd like to tell them to follow you on anywhere, or are you good?
I'm good. Okay. Maybe when I come back.
You're like, no, thank you. Okay. So, RJ, you can do your little send-off that you love to do.
Well, obviously, you have to follow us on everything. That's all in the Discord. Of course. I'm not going to sit here and say all the names. I think it's really annoying when people do that.
Our names are on TikTok, just right under our faces right here, too.
Yeah. And stay smutty, friends. I love it so much.
I know.
I love it so much. I think it's so fun. All right. Well, I'm going to go. My face hurts.
Okay.
It still hurts so bad.
We love you guys. Thanks for joining.
Thanks. We'll see you guys next week.
Yes.
Because I messed everything up. All right.
Bye.
Jesus, what was that? All right, love you.
Did
Bye.
you log off?